This video is long overdue. Happy New Year to everyone. Welcome back to the Dorian Mode channel. This video was filmed in December. The concert happened in November. I've just had no time to edit it, which is why I'm doing this intro. I'm recording this intro on the 5th of January. God knows when the actual video will come out, but it doesn't matter. Enjoy the video. The 24th of November was probably one of the best nights of my life. Why? Well, let's go on to a bit of a dive on my experience at the 21 Pilots Clancy Tour concert in Sydney, Australia. If you're new here, welcome to Dorian Mode, where it's all about music, whether it's an album review, whether it's me going to a concert and talking about my experience, my Spotify Wrapped, stuff like that. Music related videos are all here. Let's go into detail about this concert. I'm currently filming this on the 9th of December, so it has been about 2.5 weeks since the concert. But yeah, I've been a fan of 21 Pilots really since about 2018. Like, we all knew them from when Stressed Out blew up, when Heathens blew up, when Ride blew up. Everyone knew who they were. They were talk of the town, right? But I was, when that blew up, when all that whole era was happening, I was about 10 or 11. So I didn't really understand the concept of music up until I was about 13, maybe, in year 7 or year 6-ish of school. And from there, I was listening to artists like Bruno Mars and The Weeknd, because the Starboy album just came out and stuff like that. So that was my sort of introduction to music. Didn't really listen to 21 Pilots, knew who they were, blah, blah, blah. Then Trench comes out, and I remember being in my living room where I was on my phone, had headphones plugged in, and I listened to Trench for the first time. And the reason why is because they had an ad on Spotify, and I was like, oh yeah, I know these guys, I'm listening to this album. And I thought the album was good. First time listening to it, don't really know what's going on. I don't know which songs I added as well to the playlist. I do have proof of me being a 21 Pilots fan since that era, because if I find Heathens on my playlist, October 2017 is when I added Heathens to my playlist, and then Stressed Out was 2019. So yeah, 2016-ish era, 2017, I knew who they were. I was like, oh yeah, okay, that's cool. And then 2018 is when I really was like, okay, yeah, they're good. I didn't really become the fan I am today until the lead up to Scaled and Icy. I love Scaled and Icy, and I know a lot of people hate Scaled and Icy, but I remember being in class, Shy Away had literally just come out. It was on my Spotify release radar. I listened to it, and I love Shy Away. Come on. If you don't love Scaled and Icy, I don't think you're a real 21 Pilots fan, but that's a different story for another day. You call me a fake fan as well. Do it. All right? I haven't been here since 2013, since Vessel era, since Self-Titled, since regional at best. I haven't been here for that long, all right? But yeah, then Scale Nice came out, live stream experience, the shows from the Takeover tour as well as the IC tour. And they obviously didn't come to Australia during that time because lockdown restrictions and whatnot. So I was really, really hoping that they'd come here sometime soon, right? Not that I have to wait until 2026 or 2027 until they came here. And then the lead up to Clancy came out. If you haven't seen any of my Clancy videos, go back to my other channel. I did a reaction to every single song, the live stream that they did to release all the music videos for it, my first thoughts on Paladin Straight as well, the tour set list, my prediction for the tour set list and all that. Go back and watch all those videos because they were great. But then they announced the Sydney show. And did I take a day off work to buy the tickets? Yep, I did. I don't work at that place anymore, so it doesn't matter. But yes, I did take the day off to do that, and I don't regret it, because the experience I had 2.5, 3 weeks ago was absolutely fantastic. So let's go into that. But let's kick it to me the day of the Clancy tour at around 11:30. So the concert's today. The Pilots are here. 21 Pilots are here. And I mean, I've already done an intro. You've already seen me talk about it. I'm not going to go throughout the whole day. You're just going to get tidbits and I'm going to be talking over it. So, yeah. This is not what I'm wearing. Don't worry, I'm not wearing this. Concert's in like, I don't know, 12 hours-ish? No, not 12 hours, like 8 hours. So, I don't know, I'm just going to chill here. And, yeah, wait until I have to go on a fucking mad drive. So, yeah, then I waited until about 5:30, which is when I left the house. So about 7 hours ish, 6 hours after I recorded that video. This is my fit. What do we think of the fit? We got the trench white top for the album, and got long black pants on. Got my black and white dunks as well, the retros. And yeah, I went on a bit of a drive all the way out to pick up one of my cousins who I went with. Met one of my other cousins there as well afterwards. Then you can see us here walking to the venue, the Olympic Park. Now, at this point, we get there. Show doesn't start till about 8:30, 8:45-ish. So we got there with an hour before so we can eat, we can relax a bit. There wasn't any line. But we ended up walking in to the venue as Overcompensate, like, as it started. So I missed all the visuals before it of Ned and everything that happens before the show. Then we get to our seat and Overcompensate actually sort of starts. And then after Overcompensate, they played Holding On To You, which I originally did predict in my setlist prediction. Yeah, man, Holding On To You is absolutely fantastic. Great number 2 song to Overcompensate as well. Then the transition from Holding On To You to Vignettes, and then Car Radio, which is an experience to hear live. Absolutely is. Wouldn't have it any other way, especially when you got Tyler up in the stands behind you. Then you got the judge, which included the long footage of the fans lining up, and then also included Cut My Lip in there as well. Then we moved on to The Craving, Jenna's version, and then transition into Tear In My Heart, which I am so glad I got to hear live. Tear In My Heart was probably one of my first real 21 Pilots songs that I absolutely loved off of Blurry Face, you know, because I didn't want to be a basic, stressed out and ride type of person. So I picked Tear In My Heart and Heavy Dirty Soul, and I got to hear both in this concert, which I was so happy about. Then we went into Backslide, I should say. With Tyler's screaming as well, which I think is absolutely fantastic. Then we got Shy Away with the sort of MTV Unplugged intro that they did, which I think was fantastic. Really glad I got to hear Shy Away live. Then Heathens. They had to play all 3 of the big popular songs, Heathens being one of them. And then the transition from Heathens to Next Semester is absolutely beautiful. I'm kind of sad he didn't stand on the crowd and play the bass like he has done in some of the other shows, but I think he can barely stand as it is. I think he broke his tibia or something like that, or stress fracture. Jesus Christ. Then we had Routines in the Night. Actually, no, we had Josh coming to the B stage, I guess you can call it. And then we had Tyler going through the crowd to get to B stage as well, where they played the acoustic melody of Attic with a Pen, Migraine, Forest, and Fall Away. And then they played Mulberry Street with the lights. Now, I didn't get any footage of the lights because I was a part of the lights. But if you haven't seen the light show when it comes to Mulberry Street, go check it out yourself. It looks absolutely fantastic. And then Law, ladies and gentlemen. Josh shows up across from us. Usually he shows up on our side, but he showed up across from us with the torch bearer. I think it was just because of how the stadium was set up, but it's obviously not their fault. But torchbearer, go to Tyler, give him the jacket, put the jacket on, head back to the stage, and they played Navigating live, which I absolutely was so happy to hear, because Navigating is my favorite song off of Clancy. And originally Tyler didn't like the song. It was almost not on the album. So thank you, Josh. Thank you, Josh Dunn. They move on to Nico and the Niners after that. You got to get more Law going. And then we end off this little Law tad bit here with Heavy Dirty Soul. The transition between Nico and the Niners and Heavy Dirty Soul is like one of the best things I've ever heard in my life. If you haven't heard it, you need to hear it. we had My Blood, which was fitting with my cousins next to me. I do resemble this song a lot with family, especially my brother and my cousins as well. So it was sort of not sentimental. I didn't cry, but you know, it was like, oh, that's sweet to hear with family members next to me. Then you had Oldie Station, where before it, they teased us by nearly playing Chlorine. Don't do that to me. Even though I knew you weren't going to play it, don't do that to me, because Chlorine is my favorite song. And they didn't play Chlorine, and I knew that going into the show they weren't going to. So I wasn't too upset, but hopefully when they do come next time, it is a matter of they are going to play it, because it is your, technically, I'm pretty sure, your 4th biggest song or 5th biggest song. By the way, The Line is the most popular 21 Pilots song at the moment. When you look at their Spotify, it's above Stressed Out, Heathens and Ride. But Chlorine, no, so Chlorine is the 4th biggest. What's Car Radio on? Because I know Car Radio has quite a decent amount. Yeah, Car Radio's on 500. Yeah, so Tear of My Heart is just above Chlorine in that sense. Yeah, it's your 5th biggest song. You'd think you'd play it, but they literally played every other song. So be it. You know what I mean? So be it. Yeah, then they played Oldie Station, which is very sweet to hear live, especially... Oh, I moved my camera. Yeah, it's very, very sweet to hear live, especially with all the background of the fan art and whatnot. Then we had Guns for Hands. Phenomenal to hear live. And then we had Lavish, which... Oh, wait, hold on. They did miss out on 2 songs due to the fact that they couldn't bring over the keytar, which were Fake You Out and Slow Town. So they played the full of Guns for Hands instead of shortening it. Then they played Lavish. Lavish is absolutely an experience to hear live. And the song you might listen to and be like, what am I listening to? You know, it literally is, the song has a top 10 lyric from Genius on there. There's a bunch of Kendrick on that top 10 as well. So it's nice to see 21 Pilots get some recognition for stupid lines like Proctologist and Bottomless. Then we got Ride. It makes sense to play it. Now, during Ride, they brought up a young fan. And I knew this ahead of time. So what did I do? I went and bought merch. I went and bought this shirt. There's a poster that's on that side as well. And that's all I bought, you know, because it's expensive. And a lot of their merch, I'm sorry, 21 Pilots, your merch, you need to step up your game on your merch, right? This is one where I'm like, this is the next semester shirt. As you can see, that's them there. It is a matter of you need to make better shirts that I can wear out. You know, this one's just like, yeah, it's a black shirt. It's got design on it. There's nothing on the back. Yeah, that's just my opinion. But yeah, I knew that they were bringing the kid on stage. So I kind of had to rush back during Paladin, during the start of Paladin. But I didn't miss Paladin, where we had also Josh singing Bandito and doing Drum Island. And then, obviously, the minute or 2 minute of silence to the encore where we had the law.
So few, so proud, so emotional.
Into Jumpsuit. I am so happy I heard Jumpsuit. Jumpsuit is my second favorite 21 Pilots song of all time. Yeah, they played Jumpsuit. Then they played Midwest Indigo after that. What's your ETA? By the way, shout out to, I forgot his name. I'll put his channel up on the screen now. Shout out to you who listened to Clancy for the first time, and Vessel for that matter, and literally says that Midwest Indigo is the most perfect song ever. He's only new to 21 Pilots as well. I think he's listening to Blurry Face next to come in like a week. So go check that guy out. He's got 22,000 subscribers. Shout out to you, bro. I don't know your name, but it's on screen. Your videos were hilarious to watch because you're that guy. You're that guy. So continue listening to it, bro. You're an absolute amazing creator. And we move on to the biggest song that they have in Stressed Out. The transition from Midwest Indigo to Stressed Out as well is pretty cool. And then, very obviously, they ended the show with Trees. Trees live, man. It hits different to the actual song. And the actual song itself is my third favorite 21 Pilots song. It might be a bit lower now, but just absolutely fantastic. They're in the pit, man. And Sydney, we got to have a chat about our pit coordination for the circle. We were the worst. If you look at Brisbane, if you look at New Zealand, if you look at Columbus even, right? I know they're from Columbus, but even if you look at some of the American shows, man, the respect, how quick it was for all the fans to get out of the circle, let them in, get on the stage, and then everyone comes in. It's beautiful to watch. Us, Sydney, we're embarrassing, okay? Absolutely embarrassing. For starters, it took us about 3 minutes to clear the red circle in the pit. And then when they got to the pit, Tyler gets onto the middle stage, or the tree stage first. Josh hasn't even put his second leg onto his stage, and there's fans that are already rushed in. Sydney, we're embarrassing. We are embarrassing. I didn't get any confetti, which I'm kind of upset about. But, ladies and gentlemen, they then said their classic.
We're 21 Pilots and so are you. We'll see you next time.
Too lavish in the background. Josh stayed for a little bit after, threw some of his drumsticks to the crowd. 10 out of 10. Literally couldn't have been. I knew what I was getting, because obviously I saw the set list and I've seen the shows. Obviously, I watched some of the live. But it was better than I even expected. The best ever. If you have the chance, go and see 21 Pilots live. They have a stage presence that is absolutely phenomenal to watch. It's like they know what they're doing. They love playing live. Even my cousin said that they are absolutely awesome live. Way better than they thought it was going to be. Their stage presence, like they have aura, which is stupid to say, but yeah, they've got aura when it comes to their stage presence, and they know what they're doing. But here is my initial thoughts after dropping off my cousin. This is at 12:30 at night. The show ended at about 11:40-ish, so about 2 hours after. Here are my initial thoughts.
All right, let's talk about the concert then, shall we? So, I'm very, very happy. I've lost my voice a bit, so, I mean, I sung basically every lyric, so that's fair. Overall, initial is a couple hours now. I think it's been like maybe an hour and a half since the show's ended. I had to drop some people off home. Absolutely fantastic show. I think the boys did a great job. The set list meshed perfectly. I obviously would have loved to have seen Chlorine on there, because that is my favorite song of all time. But that's okay. When they come next time, they will probably play it, especially because they teased it. But yeah, overall, fantastic. Couldn't have asked for better, even because I went with two of my cousins. They said to me that it exceeded their expectations, which it exceeded, sorry for the rumbling, but it exceeded my expectations too. Because, sorry, the bloke just drunk on the sidewalk. Because even though I knew everything that was going to happen in the show, I've seen it all before. You know, I didn't really go in blind, so I knew what was happening. It still exceeded my expectations, and I haven't fully processed it yet. Now, to anyone watching this, you're probably just like, yeah, sorry, my hand just came into the shot. You're probably just like, yeah, whatever, it was just a concert, whatever. But I've been a fan of 21 Pilots, like everyone, when they blew up, right?
Yes, I know. I already explained, you know, all this at the start of the video, but just bear with me, all right? Because I didn't know how to process what was going on.
But I didn't really listen to a lot of their music. I remember when Trench came out, I remember sitting in my bedroom listening to it because there was an ad on Spotify for it. And I was like, oh, 21 Pilots, I know them. I'm going to listen to Trench. I love Trench. Arguably my favorite album of all time. I say arguably because there's another thing on this channel I have to mention. Yeah, and then I still had a couple 21 Pilots songs always in my playlist. But I wasn't as big as a fan as I could have been until around 2020, during the release, or the upcoming release of Shy Away. I remember seeing on my release radar on Spotify, Shy Away came out, and I was like, oh, Shy Away, 21 Pilots, you know what, let's give them a listen to, you know. And I loved it. I love Shy Away. I love Scaled and Icy as an album. I know a lot of people don't like it. Grow up. It's different. So be it. It was just magical. Tonight was magical, and I'm very happy. 21 Pilots, Tyler, Josh, you did a fantastic job. No one's gonna say otherwise. You played your three biggest songs, so everyone in the stadium knew what they were. But also going back and playing Forest, playing Attic with a Pen, playing Fall Away, you know, Migraine as well. It was a good mix between all the albums. Wish they had the guitar, because we got two less songs here in Australia and New Zealand because they couldn't ship the guitar, which is what it is. We didn't get Fake You Out and Slow Town, which would have been cool, I think. I don't know about Slow Town actually, but either way, absolutely phenomenal. I'm probably going to end up having to edit me saying that it's a good, phenomenal, great show. So I've probably said it about 6 times. But you know, obviously in the lead up to Clancy as well, I became such a big fan. I didn't even realize that they didn't release music for 3 years. I was just so hooked on them. Every month a new song caught me. Like, it made me a bigger fan. So boys, great job. Ladies and gentlemen, if you went to the show, please let me know. Any of the shows, the American shows or the Aussie shows. They play Jingle Bell Ball next week. Not next week, sorry, next month. So that's going to be cool to see what they play. Whether or not they play Christmas Saves the Year, it is what it is. Know the Line is what it is. I don't even know when this video is getting released. So let's go back to me in the studio, where I'll have a bit more thoughts and whatnot, and I have my voice back, really.
Yeah, as I said there, you know, I didn't even realize that they didn't make music for 3 years because I was that big of a fan. If you went to the show, as I said, let me know, what was your favorite song? If you're going to the show, what was your favorite song that you're looking forward to? But yeah, what's next for me in terms of concerts? I might go to Denzel Curry, not too sure. Then I got Tyler, the Creator, in August of next year as well. So got a couple concerts coming up. But ladies and gentlemen, that's it from me. Stay tuned for more videos on this channel. And yeah, I'll see you guys all in the next video. Bye for now.